All right, my beautiful people, this is ERGJ back with another video. We're going through what is truth, and we're looking at the Alston Sterling case. We just had the son of Alston Sterling speak out to the public. And so what I'm going to do today is just go through two of the last press conferences so you guys can begin to see some things. So in case you don't know, guys, we're going to start by talking about what propaganda is and the legalization of propaganda. And then we'll move into the videos. I'll break those down. And of course, as always, I'm just seeking truth. So if you see something or you notice something that maybe I missed, feel free to leave comments in the section below. And if you like the video, leave a like so I know that you guys want me to continue to do things like this. Now, I will say this. In order to see truth, in order to really start to find truth, you got to look for it. Seek and you shall find. And in order to find it, you have to have an objective eye. That means that you got to get out of your emotions. And so what I mean by that is, like, as soon as we see like a young 5-year-old girl cry, it's going to make us feel a certain way. We're going to get in our emotions. Now, there's nothing wrong with being in your emotions, but I'm saying after that has passed, begin to look at things objectively, and we'll start to see some different things. So I'm going to be playing some videos. I don't know if they're going to come through because they're on YouTube, but it's even better because if it's silent, then maybe you can see things a little bit more objectively. So let's start here by talking about propaganda. Propaganda, the NDAA allows government use of propaganda against Americans. This was back in 2012. The National Defense Authorization Act actually passed a law. The U.S. government has unbound the legal regulations against using propaganda against foreign audiences and American citizens. The intention is to sway public opinion by using television, radio, newspapers, and social media targeting the American and foreign people in controlled psyops, psychological operations. So basically, this is letting us know that it's legal for the U.S. government to lie to the American people. Once again, let me say that again. It's legal for the American government to lie to the American people. Now, when we start looking at all of these different media outlets, which you get your news, who do you think owns and controls the media? Guess what, people? The same individuals who own and control the media, the radio, the television, the newspapers, the social media are the same people who own and control who run the government. If you think that the government is run by the politicians and the president, you are sadly mistaken. They are pumped up and moved by the people who pay them. Now, who pays them? Who pays the president? The lobbyists? Who are the lobbyists? The lobbyists are the people with the money. Who are the people with the money? The people with the money are the big corporations. Again, I hope you understand that. So it's moved by the people who have the money. The people who have the money have the power. And if you don't want to follow their rules, guess what? You won't be in office long. But they're all in cahoots together. So these laws, the amendment added to the NDA has passed into implementation as of this month. So we're talking 2012, 2013, that the government was passed a law that made it legal for propaganda to be used against the American people. And what's that propaganda? It's the sway of public opinion by using television, radio, newspapers, social media targeting the American people in controlled psychological operations. We're being worked. We're being played. Yes, the joke is on us. Now, let's get into the Alston Sterling case or the thing. So what we have here is their initial CNN press conference. I don't remember the date that this took place, but this is going to be the mother talking. Now, here's the thing about these press conferences. The whole goal of the press conference is to get you and I to pay attention to the person that's in the spotlight. So in this particular case, guys, the person that's going to be in the spotlight is the mother. All right. Now, what I want you to pay attention to, and I'll go through this, I want you to pay attention to this guy right here. This guy is what we call the handler. This guy is who we call the director of this whole scene. Now, before we get started, a man has just died. I think it's his wife. She's the wife. This is the sun. Before we even get started, look at everybody's eyes on the platform. Do you see anybody with any wet eyes? Everybody is dry-eyed. This guy looked like he might be, right here, dry-eyed, 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 dry-eyed. This is after the death of people that are close to you, connected to you, and you're about to do what? You're about to do one of the most terrifying things in the world called public speaking. Your emotions are going to roar, right? Dry eyes. Starting here, dry eye. This is the sun. This is who we're going to focus on. Now, keep your focus on this guy and then focus on this guy. These are the background. This is the director, and this is what we would call a support for the scene. Now, of course, many of you guys are not going to believe this. You're going to rationalize and say how you would feel. But what I'm saying is pay attention, right? Now, of course, in the background, they're killing us a lot of signs up on deck to get us to move in with this narrative. All black people, of course, because the victim was an African American. The agenda is to get us to move to fighting one another, and that is what is happening, and the agenda is working. We got somebody here that is filming on their phone. I wonder where that footage is. Give us a different perspective on what's going on here. But again, no dry eyes at all. None. No one has a dry eye. You're going to say, who is these people? Well, I don't know. But what I do know is someone passed away. We're about to do a press conference. And even the sun right now has no dry eye. Do you know what it looks like to cry, to be upset after your father's been passed away? You're up on stage to give a press conference. Your eyes will be a little bit red. You'll be having uncontrollable water. Now, here's what the common people will say. Well, everybody responds differently. Okay, this is a 15-year-old boy, supposedly. And here we have the mother who, she's got her hands together. She's holding it together, but no wetness in the eyes at all. After your husband has been shot by the police and you're about to get up and do one of the most terrifying things ever in life, that people say the fear of public speaking. So let's get this thing going. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I think it'll be easy to see. Now pay attention to this guy and pay attention to this guy. Let's get it rolling.
McMillan wants to make a statement.
So he just introduced McMillan to make a statement. She's getting about to talk. Now they're zooming in on her. Right? So you can pay. Now, one thing that you probably didn't notice, all this stuff is scripted. Look at this. A brand new Trayvon Martin shirt. This is what gave a little bit away to me. I said, oh, now we're looking at a case that's going to play out just like this case, just like we've seen in the past with Trayvon Martin, with Eric Garner, with Sandra Bland. It's a connection. These things are not isolated. We see them all the time because guess what, guys? The people who set these things up, they say it worked last time. It'll work again. It continues to work because the American people will not wake up to the fact, to the belief, to the understanding that the U.S. government will lie to the American people. So we zooming in.
First of all, I want to give thanks to all the real citizens of Baton Rouge and those who have came and expressed their condolences throughout the different mediums over the.
So I don't know right now if the volume from this is coming in or not. I don't know.
Some things up prior.
But I want to speed up just a little bit, guys. So right here.
Alston, regardless if you knew him or not.
Now, pay attention to this guy. Right here, it's important. You're going to pay attention to her. She's on the spotlight, but pay attention to this guy. Oops. What did I do? Oops. Sorry about that.
Ms. McMillan wants to make a statement.
Knew him or not.
We still don't have any tears, no water in the eyes. All right, the son's getting ready for his big showdown. He put his arm around the mother to console her. He's ready to, he is putting himself in position for his part of the play. Pay attention to this guy.
This is a play to try and obscure the image of a man who simply tried to earn a living, to take care of his children. With that being said, the individuals involved in his murder took away a man with children who depended upon.
All right, so now we're getting ready for the big hurrah. This is a signal right here. Right, as soon as he does this, look what happens. You see that? As soon as he does this, look what happens. Now, this guy is now getting ready to do his part. This is all scripted stuff, guys. You saw that? Did you see that? Let me see if I can get it. So right here, this man told this man to hold him. Let me replay it again. You see that? He told him. He grabbed her hand, got the signal. Now he's telling him what to do. You need to hold this kid. Again, he's got his shirt over his face. Before we saw no tears coming. Still no tears are coming. He's acting it out. But look what happens. Look at him. Look at him. Now he pulls him so that he can hold him, doing what the director told this man what to do.
Is the oldest of his siblings.
It wasn't until he got held that you started to hear him boo-hoo and cry. Look at this. Everybody's on top of him. The scene has already been set. We got to have a young kid crying on camera to make it believable. I want my daddy, 15-year-old, but 5 minutes later, he wasn't crying at all. The scene was set. Let me repeat it again so you guys can see it, because you guys don't want to believe it. It's hard to believe that the American government will set something up for you.
Of his siblings. He is 15 years old.
Let's play it one more time.
The children.
All right.
Who depended upon.
Boom. There's the signal. Telling them to hold him. Hold him. You didn't hear me? Hold him.
It's not the youngest. He is the oldest.
Come on, man. I'm supposed to hold you. You holding us up. We got a show to put on. Now here comes the boo-hooing that everybody heard in the mic. He wants his daddy. He's being consoled. Real life Hollywood, guys. You can't make this up. Now, you got men that are holding a young boy that's supposedly crying and still no one else is crying for him. Be very difficult to do. If you're a man, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you may not. To see a young boy cry, as a black man, a young black man crying, it's gonna move you to tears. But no, none of these people on camera. Another one. Keep your eye on him. He's directing them. Look at that. Giving us a full view of a brand new Trayvon Martin shirt.
The most scientific marks that a man left his life and what he left on lives of his children. As this video has been shared across the world, you will see with your own eyes how he was handled unjustly and killed without regard.
So again, guys, I just wanted to really show you that. I can play the rest of it, but it's just more of her talking, which is great. She got a lot to say on her scripted speech. She's got her speech on her phone. You still don't see her drop one tear. You see no tears in her eyes, no wetness in her eyes at all. Got her one big shot to do something to get paid for it, more than likely.
That I can't take away from him.
Dry tears, dry coughing. Everybody reacts differently. That's going to be the rationalization for most people. Everybody reacts differently.
And his loss.
But who is this guy? That's what I want to know. He is the director of this show.
It's to see your child hurt and knowing there's nothing.
I'm going to fast forward here, guys, because there's really nothing to see here. Look at him. Look at him.
I, for one, will not rest. And will not allow
these two guys are in on the hoax.
to sweep him in the dirt.
Look at him. Oh, my goodness. Look at this guy. Give me a break.
Until the adequate punishment is served to all parties involved.
No one else has a dry eye on this set. A man has been shot and killed. A young boy was crying on stage for the weeping or the passing of his father. No one else on this stage has a dry eye. Give me a break, guys. Now let's move to the next video, which is the son. Now, this happened, I guess, a couple days ago. He speaks out. Let's go ahead and just move this thing right on along. Now, what I want you to notice here is this is the mother in the back. Again, when we start this, we see again, I guess they've had some time to grieve. Not one wet eye honoring this guy here, Mr. Alston Sterling, and even his son right here. So what I found interesting here is one thing that you guys can do is you can actually, if it's on YouTube, you can do a more action and you do a transcript. And you can actually read what they wrote, right? And one of the biggest things that's going to stand out to me is I'll come to it in a second. Listen, right here it says, "My father was a good man," and then it goes on to say that was a sacrifice. He showed everyone what has been going on in life. This is very important. This is put in here, I think, for a reason, letting us know that his father was sacrificed to show the whole world what's been going on in life. And we'll play the video here, but that was the key term that came out to me that said, oh, this is just a part of the show. Again, this guy's doing he is doing a public speaking as a 15-year-old kid after the death or the shooting or the murder of his father. And look how calm, look how strong he is. Look how strong she is. Everyone reacts differently, guys, but we don't see any wetness in their eyes at all. This is all scripted and staged, and you can draw your own conclusions from that.
And how I feel about people in general. First, I want to talk about how I feel about people in general.
I'd like to know who this guy is.
No matter what the race is, should come together as one united family.
Look at her. Look at her.
Disagreements, violence, crimes. Everyone should come together as one united family.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm not sad though. I'm just here to support. Be here to be a face.
To show everyone what has been going on in life. And
so probably for the past couple of days, they've been practicing this speech. What do you need to say? Don't think that this is this is an organic speech. Is practice.
On one accord, not a different note. Everyone needs to be together, not apart.
He's doing his best to remember his lines.
I truly feel that my father was a good man, and he
Here you
will
go.
always be a good man. But at the same time, there's a lot of loved ones out here that are really here to support me, my mother, the rest of my brothers and sisters.
Let me go back to where he said he was sacrificed.
That was a sacrifice.
There it is. 38 seconds into it.
That was a sacrifice.
That was a sacrifice.
To show everyone
what
going on
has been going on in life. Now, what has been going on in life, guys, is that, again, we get back to propaganda. It's the sway of public opinion. Now, what is your opinion when you see a 15-year-old son whose father has died and he's got to go up and do a press conference? What does that give you the opinion of? And so they're using propaganda legally at this point to sway public opinion in controlled psyops. This is nothing more than a controlled psyop. Psychological operations is messing with the psyche of the American people. It's furthering pushing the narrative of the race war, of black against white, cops against civilians. And you see across the country from this, as well as the other events that have happened, that's what we have right now. There are going to be more protests. There's going to be more people fighting for justice, whatever that means. There's going to be more cops out in riot gear. More. They're going to continue to feed the masses through the national media propaganda to get more tension going on between the people. Because again, guys, united we stand, divided we fall. They don't want us united so they can easily conquer us and manipulate us. And when I talk about they, I'm talking about the elite. I'm talking about the ones who own and control the media, the government, the school systems, everything that we have as a society, everything that we have as a system in society, the banking system, it's all owned and controlled by the same big family. This stuff is real life Hollywood, guys. You can't make it up. So I want to take some time today to share with you my thoughts on the Alston Sterling case. And of course, I'm just seeking truth, guys. But I think I was able to clearly show you some things that happen in these press conferences, that happen in these videos, that can show that this is staged, that it's a script. This stuff is not organic. It's just like Hollywood. You got a director and you got actors. And these are actors that are out forth to push forth the agenda. Not that they're not real life people, but they have a part to play in pushing forth the narrative. Hey, this is ERGJ. What is truth? When you find it, guys, the way that you find truth is first your curiosity has to be sparked. And as your curiosity is sparked, you'll begin to seek truth. And the good Bible tells us that seek and you will find.